Hello. Sorry, I am starting a little late. Yeah, I probably should have scheduled this as well. Hope everyone is having a nice weekend so far. I'm still waiting on an update of when the processor is arriving, so I can start doing stuff with the new computer. Now, I'm afraid the first few minutes of this stream are going to be very, very dry. I'm just going to be digging up some rocks, just in the hope that a few of my regulars will actually receive the notifications and jump in if they want to. I'm not actually sure which Discord I'm in. I'm in my own Discord today, because lazy. Yeah, found the reason I've been a bit slow the last few days. I have broken off the bottom left corner of my ribcage. Oh yeah. Or at least, it's really squishy. And quite unpleasant. And it hurts to breathe regularly. But, yeah, I tried lying down all morning, it didn't help. So, might as well play some video games, you lovely people. However, if this starts to get a bit taxing, playing Minecraft, I might switch over to my main channel, which I can now use again, and play something a bit more energetic. Primarily I'm thinking stuff like, possibly some Deathwing. Hello, Socky. And, ooh, well, is the game really quiet? Is that just me? Might just be me. But I'm just getting some extra cobblestone just to shore up my supplies. Now, as I've said in the description, I am going to be building a Gothic style church, or at least the best I can do in regards to building a Gothic style church. It might not be completely architecturally, relevant, but it's going to be, it's not going to be a modern style one. As I've seen a few of those recently on architecture Twitter, and they make me sad. But I've already got the land picked out to build it on, so I'm just currently collecting a few extra blocks to aid it. Now, I was thinking I could try and build it organically, if that makes sense. I will probably have to explain what I mean by organically, won't I? So I'm thinking basically start with, like, the main tower. Actually, no, I wouldn't start with the main tower. You'd start with the, oh, what's it called? I want to say the... Oh, my family were really religious. I used to know all this stuff. I can't remember off the top of my head. The bit with the altar at the back, or the front, depending on which way you're looking at it, I guess. Start there, and then work backwards. Conversely, I could start with the tower and work the other way. The main thing is, it is going to be on a nice hilltop nearby, and it is going to be facing east, as that is the required orientation. Orientation, as I've said many times after I discovered this, means east. Facing. So, which is quite amusing when it sometimes isn't in a relevant context. So I'm not quite sure I'm going to do the floor. I'm thinking having it stone flagged in places, and having it as wood or stone in others. Good morning, Ash. The other thing I need to do is I need to get another bell for my village, so I can expand the coverage of the village. As at the moment, it does not cover, the area the village is. Good times. I can hear a witch. I don't see a witch, though. Yeah, just carving out more of the stone hallway. What's the time? It's the middle of the day. So I'm going to need... Let's see if I can fill up a few more of these quickly. Tempted to put the printer on for a bit, just to make some extra little bits and pieces, but I don't know if that's going to help or not. I think it probably will. You're going to hear some squeaking, I'm afraid. I'm going to make some more of the little containers I was making yesterday. I think I'm going to try and go for 4 of each type, and then an extra one. So I need lots of that kind of stone. I'm going to take those buckets with me, just fill them up with lava again. So there's going to be some degree of stuff to come and collect down here later. So I guess I'm going to start by making the frame, then I'm going to do the infills afterwards. So, what do I need to facilitate this? Ugh. Sorry, I just cleaned some fluff off my bed while I ascend the ladder. And by the bed, the printer bed, not my actual bed. I fell off. What is the new goal? It's the same as my original goal, as it's meant to be being released soon, and you lovely generous people smashed that original goal so quickly I was not quite able to comprehend this. So, I'm thinking either this hilltop over here, but it's a bit small, or that hilltop over there, so how it faces onto the main road. I'm thinking facing the main road is going to be quite fancy. Now I plan to make this a quite grand structure. And obviously all this is going to have to get moved. So for a start, I'm going to come in from the road. This far. Got a bit of a pathway. Because I want to make this a big, ornate structure. Hello, Karma. Now, I'm going to need a lot of stone bricks. So first of all, the door is going to be there. Now, I was watching a few videos that have been in my recommendeds for a few days earlier, and they've given me quite a few little ideas. So that's going to be the footprint of the tower. It's going to be quite big. I could make it smaller, but I plan to also make the village itself bigger in time. It's got a lot of tiny houses. The other thing I could do is make this centered and have the tower be a 2x2 structure, which might, for the short term at least, work a little better. I can always make a second tower. This means I will just need to... So I don't want to go too far that way because of the pumpkin farm. I'd rather not have to move the pumpkin farm. I can, it's not that much of an issue, but, you know, convenience and all that. So this is going to be in the middle. So, knock out that block. So it's going to be... Oh, I'm going to need to go... Yeah. I'll run up to my house shortly and do the sleeping thing. So... This will hopefully soon become clear, or you can harass me in the chat and I'll try and describe it better. Right, so the intention is stone framing, cobblestone infills. Alright. Try and make the front flat-ish. Oh, there's just everything everywhere. It's like EE. Right, this block can come out for now. I've not got any small stacks of blocks to finish out. I will plant this banner over there. There we go. Shoot. Dirt. 15 dirt. Right, that's something I don't want to lose so much. So let's put this in here. Lots of terraforming, I'd imagine, will be required by the time this is done. I saw a lovely thing on how to make bridges earlier, so I might try that later on, but I think for now I'm going to run back to a house to sleep. I believe that this house has a bed. Printer noises will hopefully not be too irritating, but it should at least be better than just the silence. Yeah, I'd say my main channel is back. Link is in the description if you want to subscribe to whatever. So I'll probably be streaming on there after I've done something on here. There we go. Right. Quickly gonna run up to my house. Drop some of this less useful stuff off. Got the little bit I was working on last time. Little, I guess, Tudor-esque house that isn't really that Tudorish. Where's my stuff box? There it is. We need fishing rods. Not gonna need stuff for flooring yet. My craftables box is... well, it's not actually full yet. It's something. Alright then. Torches, that's what I do need though. Yeah, I mean, if you want to jump in, Ash, you're welcome to do so. Not sure what I'll stream afterwards, but... oh, fancy. So... I need to get rid of these trees. Bye, tree. Apparently sometimes the tree cutting mod is a bit overzealous and will allow you to cut down far too much tree in one go. Not sure if that's anything that can be resolved conveniently, but just passing on the message to Socky. So my intention is I'm going to build the tower first. Once the tower is completed, I will go from there. With the intention of trying to keep this in, you know, at least cohesive chunks in case I have to stop suddenly, which is not unplausible. Yeah, not gonna lie, probably any donations you lovely people are potentially willing to give me today will almost certainly result in me using it to get takeaway. As fun thing with having my ribcage sort of mostly fallen apart, lifting is awkward. Next to impossible. Which is, you know, not optimal, you could say. I'm just going to bring out this terrace here. I do want to do a little churchyard around this eventually, as I have been spending far too much time on these streams going, oh, I need houses, and rushing to build a house that's just a bit rubbish. When I say rubbish, just more like, you know, it's not great. It's, you know, it's functional, and I've been doing far too much just functional stuff recently. And that gets, you know, like, yeah. I've still got far too much junk in my inventory. Grumble. So. Right. Going fancy, Skog. What do you mean by going fancy? Building? Because that's the intention, at least. So I don't know if you may have, I guess it's more of a thing if you may have heard of it rather than a thing you know of, but if any of you have heard of Glastonbury, or Glastonbury, or Glastonbury, as I have heard it said once, or any number of variations on Glastonbury. But Glastonbury is a thing of quite a popular tourist spot in, I want to say, the southwest of England, in the United Kingdom. Not in New England, which I believe is in north-eastern United States? I know my US geography, honest. Anyway, it's, to my knowledge, all that is left is the Tor, being the big tower that is the I'm trying to get this a bit more of a pattern to it. And I will move this crafting table in the end, it's just a temporary thing to give me somewhere to build from, mostly. Right, so that is the ground floor. as, you know, the floor element at least. Now I could make it a bit more cohesive and have the cobblestone in the corners, but I don't think that's completely necessary. So, I need to go up the first set of blocks. So that's 2, 3, 4 high. And I'm going to have no initially no windows on the ground floor. I'm just going to have the big buttresses going all the way up. It's also going to give it some depth, because that's another problem I've got with some of my buildings, is they're not very deep. Didn't strictly need to knock that block out, but... Oops. So I'm trying to think of this, I guess, in the sort of... well, as close as I can get to the logical approach to doing it, which is you're building a freestanding tower. It needs to have the complete set of supports and everything to be built. And in this case, if you're building a big stone tower, you need to make the base as wide as you can so it'll have the maximum area underneath it to act as the load-bearing structure. Because although stone is very strong under compression, the ground isn't necessarily. And that can be a problem with older stone structures where the ground subsides from beneath them. Ow. So yeah, I'm just going to need a door in there at some point. And once again, I filled up my inventory. Go away. There you go. So, walk around, so we got here. Shouldn't need cobblestone for this bit. I'm just gonna patch in around where there's any bits missing. So as I'm saying, I'm gonna start with the tower and go from there. Now, realistically, I don't need the middle bit to be as heavily built. I can get away without that. But, for consistency if nothing else, that is the base. Also, hello Mandy. I don't currently need stone socket, I need inventory space. So, I'm going to start knocking through some elements of this. Alright, I'll make a chest quickly then. Off some of the junk. Keep it classy there, Mandy. So, we have the ground floor. I'm going to start building this up to the next floor, and I'm going to have intermittent, what's the word, 3, 4, changes in the structure. And again, windows and stuff are going to go in later, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Except I'm going to need to have another block go around afterwards. The corners are going to get a next level of buttresses. And the middle is and the corners again. So it's fairly repetitive. Ow. That's going to give me a chance to put windows in on those walls eventually. So obviously it's really dark in here, so I'm probably going to have to put some torches just to stop mobs spawning. we go. I should get my scaffolding. That will help things. Should also get a bed for over here, just for my own convenience. Wonder if I've got any doors in the house. Thank you. I mean, it's only the foundation, really. So things I need to collect: scaffolding, lots and lots of scaffolding. Should also get a saw table. Let's collect a bit more of those. As the sawmill tables are always very useful for this kind of thing. Now, as I haven't got silk touch yet, I still have to go to my old storeroom to get certain bits and pieces. An iron. Not to be confused with an uniron. There we go. It's a very fast cat. Let's buy some more arrows soon. I think I do need to upgrade my bow. I was hoping to get that done by fishing, but it doesn't yet to happen. So, I need to put down my saw table. Down there. And I'm going to make a stack of those into steps. Now, I've been tempted, at some point at least, to mix these up a bit with some sandstone or something. Or different materials to make this a bit more colourful. So that's the... Oops. It's these ones here that have been capped out for now. Is it these ones? Or is it the... No, it's these ones, wasn't it? I can remember what I just did. Honest. So I'm just going to staircase my way up here. Getting down is going to be a bit more difficult, but never mind. Yeah, so it was those ones that I've removed. As I build on top of them. Well done, me. Really paying attention right now. It's a good start. Well, the same principle applies. I can start using the same striping. Let's try and, I say, give this a bit of depth. Now I'm going to keep the bigger buttresses on the corners all the way around, but I'm going to start each layer reducing the amount of additional ones. And this only goes up 3 layers, so I need to do another layer all around the top, but that is how it is. So I've got 4 sides done. Now I need to go around one more layer all around the top. So I'm just going to hop and do each different material. It'd be a very useful time if this game had plates in it, where you could put a half-thick block on the outside of things. Just going to drag that around there. Also, that bit can't have a buttress because there's a door in the way. But a lot of these are going to lose their buttresses eventually, so it's not so bad. But again, aiming for consistency and a really big, chunky structure, because I haven't built big, chunky structures in a while. Like, even I think the biggest building I've done in this game is probably that little tall house, and that's tiny. Maybe my house, but again, that's kind of flat. So, that was that layer. So now, I'm going to start losing these buttresses and start going up further. Now, the next layer will be when I lose the outside ones, but I might go around and add an extra layer to all of the ground floor of the outside ones, just to make it more balanced, really. So, I need to go 1, I think. I counted this correctly. The outside's not so much, as long as it's consistent, it's not so bad. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to just do a quick single layer and then go from there. Yeah, eventually I might start ledging this tower in a bit. I'm not too sure how well that will go. It also looks really boring on the inside. Like, really boring. So, hopefully that will get mixed up a bit when I put some beams in. So that will hopefully help things. So, right then. I need to go up here. Then we go... if we fall off again. So we're at the correct height for the next layer. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not going to need a shovel up here, I hope. So, number 6 slot is going to have these. Also, windows will be knocked through when I have the floors in. Because the ground floor of the tower, I'm thinking I'm going to make a 2-story high area, but it's still going to need a staircase or something, probably a ladder, to access the upper floors. I mean, you've done a very impressive amount of stuff on yours, Deb, so, you know, speed is not necessarily everything. I have been stockpiling these materials, not quite sure what to do with them for a while. The other thing I'll eventually be doing is, if I do put any windows in, I'll start using more texture blocks. As these are all really, really flat. I'd say probably the intention of this is, once the tower is complete, is go and do... I think it's the nave is the next part? I forget all the specific names. Now, traditionally the tower will not have many windows, because it's towers. Nearly out of that stone I brought with me, but that's not so bad. Right, I reckon I need to start gracefully falling off this tower. So let's get a bit of a step back view. That looks rather imposing, as is the intention. I like the stepping on it, it looks quite effective, but at the base it does need to be thicker. So I'm going to go... Don't know if that brings up too much or too little. I'm not quite sure. I think if I do that, I do need to just bring out these as well. That looks a little better. Okay. Now I do need my shovel back. I need to flatten out all the land around the base of the tower. The sun is already going down. Yeah, should anyone want to join in, this is a multiplayer server. I'm sure the as the owner is here, he can plug it as he desires. Potentially some of my associates may jump on in a bit as well. But that is up to them, of course. So you just put that bit on first, then the blower too. Still needs something, doesn't it? Thinking, yeah, that looks a bit better. Yep, moon is definitely up now. Now, the first thing I'm going to need to do is, this doorway is going to require an archway. Not a particularly big one, just, you know, something. Put a block in temporarily so I can reach. The other thing you can remember, of course, is the blocks are not necessarily supporting, so you can just, you know, take them in and out as required. That looks a little flat, to be honest. That's kind of tiny. That makes it look like it's, you know... There's a huge cave there that I've never seen before. Well done, me. Maybe this stray will be kind enough to drop its bow. No. Right, let's get to a bed. I should just put a bed in the tower. Yeah, I'll just take a bed with me. Why not? Should put a fence around the wibbly bit as well. So this is 3 stories tall by 2 across. Not that big, really. Dankeschön. So, first things that I'll be doing, just to make this place look a bit more friendly, nothing else. I might leave a passageway up the middle, but I'm going to put some... Now, because of how I've done this, I've got pockets I can put in the walls. Now, again, realistically, you don't need to knock the holes in the wall. You can just put the wood straight onto it. But I can, so I'm going to. So that's the first one. I reckon I'm going to do it all across, actually. So, that is the first level sort of done. Now I should get some ladders. But first, let's have a nice another step back. So hopefully the stream will capture it as a print screen. Now I should balance, if nothing else, bring that extra buttress up the front. I do want to put some windows in. So I'm going to get the ladders and see how it goes. This is hopefully going to be a bit more imposing than the current one, which is that. That's all it is. Now, I do like building these big ecclesiastical structures because they're just, you know, big and quite fun to do. I'm going to stock up on spruce. I'm going to get a stack of spruce bits to aid my construction efforts. Now that is already quite an imposing sight from the village. Oh, we have a priest now. Hey! He's new. Which implies my villagers have just about managed to cap out the population. So this needs to go up to the next story, which is 3 blocks shy of the roof. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So 3 blocks shy of the current roof, should I say. Yep. So that needs to come out. That comes to there, and that's the one that's getting replaced. There we go. I don't want to lose too much material. So that's not as fancy necessarily, but gives a nice deep archway here. I might also put a little wooden porch up, but I'm not sure. Inside, so we've got these big oaken pine beams, really. I'd imagine they would probably be oak on the real structures, but this is not the real structure. I'm going to put the ladder in this corner. Now I'm going to make that into a convenient amount of those. Right. Up I go. Ow. That's not what I meant to do. Now I could lattice these beams, but that looks odd. The other thing I'm going to do though is, in terms of, I guess, latticing, is the next floor up is going to go in the other direction. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be a bit more difficult because there's sky showing. So I have to correct these on the outside, but never mind. It'll be the same for both sides. Oops. So I know this is going to look wrong. I'm just going to plonk them in anyway. That one, however, is going to be convenient. This is also going to give me the option to get the right buttons, do some of the fancier outside bits that I see lots of people doing and never bother to do myself because So I'm going to need to put some torches up in here. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a mob farm. And I don't want it to be a mob farm. That didn't sound pleasant. Now, really? A torch right under a beam like this? It's only temporary. The plan will be to put lanterns in. I need to know how many lanterns so I can get the relevant amounts. I think I dropped something outside. See, there you go. Those bits look a bit odd, don't they? I could run the buttressing up even further, but yeah, it'll work. So I need more of those. And then I'm going to need not sticks but ladders on that slot. That will help. So this is the 3rd floor. Let's finish out that bit. And in theory, this is the part of the structure where we're starting to get towards at least the base of the belfry. Having been up some amount of church towers, not exactly sure how many to be honest, but an amount. The belfry is generally a fairly substantial affair, as it has to support the weight of many, many tons of bronze. Generally it's bronze and not brass. It's not much difference depending on how you think about it, but it's it is a thing. So I'm I'm trying to plan these out with some semblance of I guess accuracy. Because the thing is, I've seen some, and externally they are amazing, beautiful structures, and inside there's nothing. And I've always had that as a bit of a problem with some Minecraft builders, where it's not the whole package, it's just some of the package, kind of carelessly labelled. So this is the 4th floor, and to be fair, this is already as tall as my tower over there. Are you going to put bats up there? If I can, I would, but I would probably need to do something. Also, hello Dan Stark. Sorry, I've not been looking at the chat. I've been distracted. So I need to get what do I need to get? I need to get more blocks. That's what I need to get for now. So again, I'm just going to quickly have a look outside. Now this, it needs some windows, doesn't it? Not necessarily big windows, but just needs some. So put smaller windows on the 1st floor. And the windows are going to go here, here, there and there. So 1, 2, 3. I'm probably going to die multiple times, by the way, while building this structure, so if you are trying to copy this, maybe check what I've done by the end of it, not by the beginning. That looks kind of odd, but hopefully it'll look better with some windows. Now if I take out this pillar as well, I can get those in.
Hello.
Hello.
I was gonna tell you, the building that you're making kind of looks like a face, with like a long nose and a mustache.
I'll take your word for it. We are joined by Ash. Her channel link in the description.
Yep. So you're building big, glorious structures.
Yeah, I've been into it for a while. Well, you can remember the one I built on the Realm.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Dan Stark. I will say hello in the... in case anyone is wondering why I use the word ahoy, you can blame... I can't remember the original network. It was on Channel 4 in the UK. How I Met Your Mother. The Captain. Because a man chooses his own name. And introduce himself with ahoy. And I went, yeah, that seems like a good idea.
He was glorious.
So, the Captain.
It was Robin that dated him, I believe.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
And I forget the name of the lady that Ted was dating, who was also dating him. There's the blocks I dropped. So these windows look kind of small.
Channel link.
Ash's channel link doesn't work. Huh.
I'll get my own. Give me a second.
So I'm going to check because... copy. Paste and go. Run out of shovel. This keeps happening. There's a chicken out here. Oh, it does work. Well, it works for me at least. I say it's not a hyperlink, at least in my viewer of it, but can't do much for that, I'm afraid. If anyone curious as to the background sound, I am still printing words. Small
containers.
Yeah, transshipment containers. Now, these windows I'm going to make the full height of the room, because I can. So I'd say if you're trying to do a big structure like this, I can recommend build it in stages. Just try and get like a structure down and then refine it a bit and then move on to the next bit. I already know that I'm having a wall coming out here. I don't know. Maybe it wore off. It does wear off over time.
Do you watch sports? I watch hockey. Hockey's a good sport. And some American football. When it's football season.
Yeah, I'd say I don't personally watch much because I don't have TV. I have the internet.
Yeah.
So I'm now going to try and make a bit more of a start on the next step of building up the structure. So I'm going to... I think... I probably could have done it earlier, actually. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, I can count still.
They asked, do you watch cricket?
I don't watch cricket, no. Very exciting. I'm trying to think what type of windows to put in up here. I'm thinking... no, you'd have shuttered windows on this height. I'm thinking I'm going to put the windows in the middles here. So I'm going to have smaller windows on this floor. And then on the next floor up, I'm going to do some quite big, full-length windows. The other thing you want to do, if you're just trying to design a more realistic-looking stone building, is you have more windows the higher up you go, and they tend to be progressively bigger windows. Not only because it is defensive, because obviously if you have big windows near the ground floor, and you're trying to use your structure defensively, well, they're just going to break the windows and get in. But, if you are... I'm an idiot.
What'd you do?
Well, nothing yet, but I... how do I explain this without just going, herder? Ow. I kind of the free beams pattern is working quite nice. I'm gonna have to adjust these. All become clear, hopefully. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go around and check the ground floor for blocks after this. Hi, British. I am indeed. I am from the West Midlands.
No.
So technically I should be talking like this, but not everybody does. Just quite a lot of them. I don't know what you're laughing for. It's just what people sound like around here. Well, not around here, but where I used to live. I live in the East Midlands now. I can't do an East Midlands accent.
I don't know why every time you do a different accent, you sound like an older lady.
I don't know what you mean by that then. Honestly. So, block. This is going to make the interior quite short, but hopefully it will become clear as to why. Because obviously, if you can have a big beam inside, you support it on I believe it's corbelling? I think it's corbelling.
Yeah.
Need to watch more, oh, what's his name? The Australian guy. Shadiversity. Do an Australian accent. I don't think I can do an Australian accent and keep it polite.
He can do lots of different voices. Within, you know, politeness, of course.
Alright, so those bits on the outside need to come off, because they don't need to be there. Well done, me. I shouldn't do the Ainsley Harriott impression. Ash is not a fan of it.
No, please don't. I'll find you, Saki. I won't be able to kill you, but I'll find you in this game.
Ow. There we go. So I've got more sticks. The ground floor, not an issue. I can just have them built in. This floor, I cannot. So this floor will need... those. So that means the torches were going to go on the inside. They could probably actually go on the outside, never mind. Either way, there's nothing supporting these, so... How are the doggos as I can hear them?
Oh, they're good. They're still itchy. I think because they've got a lot of little bites on them.
You've put the anti-flea stuff on them.
Yeah.
Ainsley Harriott is a UK chef who does lots of cookery shows, I believe on the BBC. Or was he ITV? I forget. It's been a while.
And he has a terrible
very
voice.
Particular mannerisms that Ash is not a fan of.
No.
Mostly relating to how you massage spices into meat. So, this is quite high up now. You should be able... Oh no, it doesn't show it. The IP. Let me go to there.
Chalky mushrooms.
So this goes quite a way up now. Next thing I'm going to do, because at this point in the build, it's all about starting to reduce the amount of blocks you've got without making it too obvious. Because if you start taking out bits of the sides, suddenly ladders don't work properly, and other problems arise.
Hello. I can't pronounce that name.
Hello, Silji.
It's your channel, so I'll let you pronounce people's names incorrectly or correctly.
Yeah. I do intend to expand the village out more and start building bigger houses, because the original house in the village are all kind of awkward and big. But the newer ones I've built are all too small, so I need to find a compromise point. But I'm starting by building a large amount of a church tower. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dan is on. Have you seen his village?
I have not been recently, no. I was waiting until people were around and or I was streaming. 1, 2, 3. Now I've realised I don't have enough ladders to get down from here safely, so that's going to be fun. But now this is going to be the layer below the top, I think. So there's going to be one last floor above this, and it's going to have the battlements. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I should go to sleep soon in the game. So this is almost the top floor done. I will need to now... As I say, because you see I've pinched out the corner there, while still keeping the inside the same size. The top floor is going to be out a bit more difficult. Because obviously I can't really put beams up on here, can I? Because I've only got the middle.
Okay.
So... I could put the beams up on the side, can't I?
Yeah.
It's going to look a little odd, but... I've just put them in the same... yeah, grumble. Oh yes, Ash, should you be feeling... what's the word? It's actually 3 o'clock now, so it's bad. I was going to say, if you were feeling kind and helpful, I was going to say, if you wanted to surprise me with something from Uber Eats, I will pay you back for it.
Okay.
But obviously, preferably at least, after I'm done streaming.
Yeah, of course. Is it summer for you? It is for me. I live in Texas. To be fair, it's always summer here, though.
It's quite warm, so I would hazard it is probably summer.
January.
Printer is currently behaving. It's got a 3-hour job to do. It's 55 minutes in.
That's good.
So if this finishes and I'm still streaming, I need to take a break for a bit. As I say, I'll probably be streaming on my main channel when I'm done here. Because I've not streamed on that in a while after I got a weird copyright takedown that shouldn't have been possible.
Borderlands or whatever.
So, this is now looking a bit more substantial, and hopefully some windows and a bit more texturing will help. I'm really not liking the look of those buttresses though. I think I'm going to have to change them. Like, they look wrong. Like, the shorter ground level ones aren't so bad, but the middle one, I think it needs to run the whole height. I've fallen in.
Oh, that's cool.
Alright, we know quite a lot of Australians. Need to see if I can get George to join this server at some point.
That's the guy that kind of sounds like Quacks, right?
Yeah.
Not saying all Australians
he's the
sound
Polish
alike.
Australian, who is, I believe, I don't know how relevant it is. I think he's the one who's got quite a lot of connection to the mining industry, which I gather is a very... I can't remember if it's more of a seasonal thing or more of a... what's it called? I can't remember the words. Right, that looks a little better. Let's run out a little bit further. So that looks a bit better, I think. Well, I think these ones need to come up a little bit higher or just be completely emitted. Actually, no. You know what I need to do? On these ones? I should probably... No, that makes sense. See, this is the thing that I say quite regularly. My brain is much more intelligent than I am. So we got these brick runners coming all the way up the building, right? And then they stop here after they've supported these beams. Which technically does mean I should have the ones for this side coming up to here, so they can support those beams. But I'm going to do that. I haven't gone around and scooped up blocks recently, have I?
No.
I should go do that. So for anyone who was paying particular attention to it, I did start a bit late. I was listening to Wolf Totem and forgot that it was a 7-minute track, not a 5-minute track. Yeah, buttressing is good for like stone structures because it just makes it look more substantial without really doing that much to the interior. Because again, if you're just trying to build the interior for these kind of things, the exterior is much more like irrelevant. Well, not irrelevant, but you know, it's not such a big deal.
Okay. Sorry, I just went into a house in my village that I never go into. It had stuff in it.
Ah.
It had an ender pearl.
Right, now, if I think it's probably advisable, I'm going to put the ladder up the middle now for the last bits. So I'm thinking, I know, a rare thing.
Gary.
Gonna put stone capping on these. I'm gonna need to go and get more stone shortly from downstairs. So this is gonna be the belfry. Actually, no. I'm one shy. Oofed.
By the way, random question. Would you also like a lava pit near your village?
I'm okay.
A bunch of buckets of water. Or of lava.
I mean, use them as fuel.
Okay.
Um...
Well, I saw you stole my trick yesterday, so...
It was useful to not get the aggro on me. So, 1, 2, 3, 4... This is going to look a little odd from the inside. From the outside, it should... Ow. Be okay. So I'm going to gracefully parkour my way down the building.
And by that means fall.
Yeah.
Many times.
Parkour, the French martial art of running away. So, let's get another view from a bit further out. That's quite a bit. I kind of feel like it should have 2 floors before it goes up to the narrower bit, but it should work out. Also, it means that the next bit of the building is going to be monstrously big as a result of this, which is not too optimal. Yeah. We killed the Nether. What's the word? I'm gonna go with Nether Cerberus, because I can't remember the word for it right now. It's just the Nether, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What a boring name. So, 2, and... make another stack of stone stairs. I don't need a full stack probably, but it's better to have too many than too few.
Hello. Typical stunner.
Hello. Right, I have sufficient blocks, wood probably, other bits and pieces. Now this is going to be slightly inconvenient after a while, because obviously the stepping in means the ladders shift. So I'm trying to think, what would be the best way of making the bells, other than just using bells? Because I reckon I'm going to have space up here for 4 bells.
Too bad you can't make like an Uber bell.
I could, but a single giant bell would be quite useful and or interesting, but a bit odd. Especially because I would have to climb up underneath it. Well, I could just do a very tall belfry and just have an enormous... Ooh, what would be a good material though? That's the other thing. I'd guess granite? Like unpolished granite? So it's got the... Actually no, yeah, granite. I'm thinking of diorite, but saying granite, which is what I meant. Words. Ibro, can you promote my channel? I mean, what do you do, typical stunner? You know, what does your channel, you know, what is the purpose of your channel? I mean, this is my Minecraft channel, but I have another channel which I do work on. So, stone beaming. This is going to be a tight fit in here, I fear. I've probably made this too small too quickly. 1, 2... So I'm going to have a 3x3 bell. It's going to be... Oh, it's going to be a squeeze. Don't even know if this is going to work at this point.
We believe in you.
Ow. I need more blocks again. Keep doing this. So I think I'm going to start on the bell. Ow. The thing is though, to get to the bell, I'm going to have to move this ladder, which is going to be annoying, because it makes sense for it to be in the centre, but then you've got to come up the ladder underneath the bell. I could just not have a ladder up here. Or have it on the side, maybe? I don't know.
Oh. Saki was really nice and gave me 3 polar bears.
Aww.
They're very good boys.
I stepped backwards and fell out of the tower.
Oh no.
So I'm going to go back to my house. I'm going to get a large amount of granite. I'm just trying to think, would diorite maybe look better? But it's going to look too much like the stone, so I think the granite will be a nice contrast. Grab those. I'm going to use acacia. I'm actually going to... Yeah, I'm going to use some acacia on this. I have plans. So I'm going to need a stack of that. Now that is an imposing sight. And it's not done yet.
Imposing's good.
So I'll say I'm building the tower first. I'm going from there. Yeah. Oh, my ribcage doesn't look as it like it did last night. It went briefly back to the normal shape. Well, the shape it's meant to be anyway.
Yeah, you and Stein disappeared like before I ended the streams. We all assumed that you fell asleep.
I did, but not exactly through choice.
They said I have a gaming channel. I have gaming videos, and I play Minecraft.
Minecraft Pocket Edition. That sounds fun. Yeah, I mean, if people want to go check out your channel, you're advertising it yourself. So, you know, that's how you want to do it.
Yep.
Don't do what someone did yesterday, which was to jump in and go, everyone should go to my channel instead. And I was just like, rude. I'm near my bed, so when people want to sleep, they can poke me. I'm just going to turn all of this into... That was too much. Ow. Do you play Minecraft Pocket Edition? No, I'm playing on Java on my computer, as opposed to Bedrock on my computer, which I gather is the Windows 10 edition. I was hoping to be playing on my new computer by now, but
Not coming yet.
Not even. I guess I'll find out Monday when it's going to be redelivered. But I know I have now been billed for it, so you know that'll be good. And the payment's gone through at least. Sounds fun. I mean, let's see, I'm waiting for people to go to bed, so let's have a quick look. A lot of videos on cricket by the look of it. You're very good at your thumbnails, I'll give you that much. I can't watch any videos while I'm streaming, so obviously the playback will come through, but... Z?
No, I hit my cat.
That was careless of you.
Not my real cat, just to be clear. My cat in the game.
You'd have heard if it was your cat in real life. Because he's a noisy one.
He is.
He's noisy when he's happy, so I dread to think what he's like when he's annoyed.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of this.
So that's going to be taller windows. Now, I don't know if this is going to work like I want it to, but I think this is working quite nicely. So rather than having multiple shutters, I have got a collection of doors. Now, you know what I should have done before I came up here? I'll put these up here for now. I need to decide how to put this in, but can you make me a mod? I have mods as people I know and have talked to. Just because I've had some mods in the past that were not like that, and did not help me with things, as it were. They, in fact, just made them much worse. What have I done? Buttons, meshing. It is nothing personal, it is more just caution. Now I need 12 more doors.
You know what, guy?
I'm gonna just pick this up and take it with me. Can you come on my videos? I mean, not while I'm streaming, really. I also give the warning that my main channel is significantly less family friendly. I try my best on here, but I do not try on my main channel. Because I've had it for too long and there's too much stuff on there from before I was, you know, trying to be responsible. And rather than just hiding or deleting all of that, I can, you know, just...
watch at your own risk.
Yeah. But this, I say, this is my Minecraft channel, so, you know, it's different. Now, I'm thinking a fairly substantial bell will be more visually interesting, so I'm going to need 16 granite stairs. No, I'm going to need 12 granite stairs to start with. Now I'm thinking how best to do this. I'm thinking I might just chop out this entire floor and not and just have like a little roof access in the corner to make it a bit easier. This is going to look a bit awkward. Never mind. This is also the kind of bell where the clapper moves and not the bell itself, as otherwise that would be very difficult. So I now need 4 more stairs.
Skog, what did you put on your pickaxe, please?
My pickaxe is the my fortune one. Ain't no fortunate one. So I have fortune 3, mending, and unbreaking 3. It's a fairly low-end one, and it does the job for me. Can you give me tips on how to become a popular YouTuber? No, because I'm not one. Make videos that people want to watch. That's the easiest solution. And the other thing, if you want to do it on modern YouTube, is make videos that people want to watch at a frequency that is quite difficult to maintain, because YouTube demands that you make videos very regularly for you to get in the algorithm and things.
Having a nice accent also apparently helps.
Allegedly.
Just do...
do what you want to do, because I've seen people who make videos on stuff they're not interested in, and you can tell. Now, I do need to have a beam running across the top here. What am I doing? Right, 1, 2, 3. Now the question will be, so if that's going to be the beam that the bell is suspended, alright,
What happened?
Cat appeared.
Which games are in action? It doesn't really matter what games are in action. It matters
I've
what
played
games
really
you
obscure
play.
games and people will turn up. Because
Like,
there
I
are
play
so
games.
many people on YouTube that as long as you're making stuff that you're enjoying playing, someone will come and watch it.
Yeah, I play games that are like 10, 15 years old.
And I've just thought, I'm probably never going to come back up onto this roof once this is done. So this got a lot easier very suddenly.
Why does he keep going up there?
Now, I'm almost certainly going to have a bad day when I try and climb down from the roof here. But all will be fine. Oh, my shoulder is starting to ache from placing blocks.
And you...
I have no idea about phone games. That is not my wheelhouse at all. I would very much be out of my depth talking about them. More boat puns are available. So I think that's all of those, so I just need to have... Oop. Yeah, so just, you know, do stuff you enjoy doing, because it's very hard to make videos about stuff you don't care about. Well, it's not, but, you know, hard to do good videos. Ow. Now, if I want to be able to get back up here, I'm going to need a hole in the corner to do so. And also... what's the best way of... that's gonna get in the way of the bell, isn't it? Crumble. Ow. Right, now I need to take out this entire floor. Yeah, I can't really suggest anything for a system I don't really know anything about. Right, let's go get that door if it's not despawned. Oh, my shoulder. That is... Ah, the door despawned.
Did, sorry, side question. Did Saki gift you with an ender chest?
I stole one quite early on.
Okay. I didn't know if you had one. He was nice and gave me one.
I found them in a box and was like, I will borrow one of these 5. This will probably not be missed. So I lost that door. I probably should try and get back up to the top floor, but I'm not sure how best to do this. I'm just going to make a scaffolding tower and climb up it. I think I've watched some of PewDiePie's videos, and his style of making them just doesn't really work with me. At least for his gameplay videos.
There are some I can watch his.
Oh, yeah,
like,
some, but it's...
Like, if it's a horror game, I'm probably going to watch Markiplier, to be honest. I just find him a little bit more tolerable.
Right, so I need to finish taking out that floor. I then need to do something with the I'm going to make those arches there. I'm going to start putting windows in, and I just realised I don't have an axe. This might take a little while. Whee! So I need a new axe. I need to go out on the roof and replace some blocks. And I need a new door, because I lost that one. This room needs some lighting. But again, I'm going to try and put some lanterns up on the beams. That should be quite pleasant. I need to get up on the roof, but I'm just going to clear out all this lot. Now, if I was careful, which I'm not, I would just carefully burn down the top floor, because it won't affect anything else in theory. But it probably would, judging on my luck. Now, I might leave those side beams in, I'm not too sure. I will Z very shortly.
I'm just trying to catch a cat.
Words. Well, I do want to get some shulker boxes, but I need to go and find some shulkers first. I don't have to find the ender dragons, it's not quite so difficult, but it's still there we go, so that is the bell in its belfry. I'm nearly done on the top here, so I'm afraid I'm going to keep the day rolling a little longer. So I can get this done, then I won't have to come back up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've not fought the Ender Dragon on this server, but I have fought in the past. It was quite easy, as I was somewhat suspicious to find out.
Yeah. How dare you come into my house, zombie?
You considered doors?
I have a door. I didn't close the door.
Yeah. Now this probably isn't going to be too architecturally, you know, masterful at this point, as trying to get stuff to fit in Minecraft. Is more difficult, because as I say, I wanted to get some bells up here. And bells aren't exactly too easy to get.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is a bell item in the game, but I mean, you know, you can get those, but I think having like 9 little bells like that up in the roof would look a bit bad, a bit like when you put a clock face that is just made of tiny clocks. Ow. I missed as well. Right, was this? It was out of it. Good, right. I descend.
Couldn't you, if you had like yellow wool, just make like a type of bell, like one that doesn't actually work?
I probably could, but
one that's just like pretty.
maybe, but hello, cat. Right. Descending, descending, descending. Oh, it's snowing outside. Right.
Oh, it is snowing.
So, it's not anymore.
Oh.
I do have a vantage point far enough away that I can witness all of this at once. The answer, I fear, is there's a creeper.
Yeah, there's like
One,
6. I
two.
picked the worst village to move into.
That is a bit foreshortened, but it's I'd say that's probably imposing enough. Once it's got some windows in, it should look a bit better. I think those middle floor windows could do with being a block shorter. Make them 2 blocks, not 3 blocks.
Go in the lava.
No.
Aww.
See, these ones you can see they've...
No. Okay.
Did you think you'd fallen in the lava?
I thought all my stuff had fallen in the lava. I was about to be really sad.
Yeah, that's generally the I'll take a break for a bit point in this game. Just because getting my gear back on stream is tedious for everyone to watch. Now you go, right, why have I only done these windows, but not these? Because the intention is going to be to... Ow. That looks a bit more consistent. So that is probably far too chonky, to be honest. It could be thinner in... well, the middle bit could be taller. Like go up 2 stories per change. But it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sort of 7, 8 stories tall. You know, it's quite big. I'd say that's probably enough. Right though, next up, I have the fun job of I'm going to start work on the next bit. Now in theory, the main central part of the church would be as wide as the tower. And the tower is a thick boy. But I might make it another block wider. Puts me there. So then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Now, I'm sure you've already noticed, the land isn't exactly flat here. And I can use some of that to my advantage. Now, I'm trying to remember how I've done this before, because I've built fairly substantial ones in the past, so at least the bottom layer should all be cobblestone. And I'm going to use some of the dirt I've got from the middle to backfill the sides. So like this. So I have a nice flat area around this, so I can build a nice churchyard with, you know, at least some flowers, possibly a cemetery, not too sure. Now the other thing do I do is, do I make the main body of the church only attached to the tower at one side, or do I attach it to the tower in the middle? Because attaching it to the middle seems useful, because then if I've got any galleries in the upper floor, I can have them accessible from the tower rather than needing their own stairs. So I think I've answered my own question there.
Yep.
So this stuff needs to start being pulled off, as it is no longer required. So 2, 3, 4 is the first floor interval. I'm going to have a small window here. 20 blocks of gold spare. I don't think I've got quite 20. Might be a little short of 20 blocks.
I mean, you give him what you have.
Let's see what I've got then. I've had the pumpkins there for so long, they've got snow on them. Yep. I have 49. I have 4 blocks. Yeah. Oh, he does want them. Alright. My hard-earned gold.
I feel like he has a plan. So it'll be put to good use.
I'd hope so. Tennish. So, I should start making the windows. Okay, let's get some of those. Now these are also going to get buttressed, but I'm going to work on the buttressing for these afterwards. Now how long should I make this? Because at the moment it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's not many. I'm thinking 6, but I could go for 5, then I can have roof beam. No, we'd have to go for 6, wouldn't I, if I wanted the roof beams to be 2 and 2 and 2. So yeah, I'll have to go for 6. So I've got 4 so far. It's this big awkward pit.
Join.
Hello, Crispo. One, 2, 3. So that's 5 bays. That puts it up to 6 bays.
Crispo apparently got wet from walking home.
So it's 1, 2, yes, that'll be 6 bays. That should be adequate. Now I just need to go. Ow. Now I'm going to chop out this middle bit, because that's going to be a big archway. Words. Words.
What kind of words?
I kind of need to make this bigger than it currently is by quite a bit. So it's the whole build what you know, and I'm apparently quite familiar with churches. So I need to dig out blocks level with... Because in theory this is going to be on this hilltop, but I thought, nah, building on a hilltop is going to be much more difficult than just flattening out the hilltop and using the hilltop to build up the surrounding area. Yeah, so we've got the tour built though. Now I need to turn it into a, you know, more of a structure. It's a bit like if you build a castle and you start with the keep.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start building the, but then you can turn the keep into a great tower instead and start adding in, you know, like a kitchen and a barracks and like a granary and stuff. And like a chapel. And suddenly you've gone from having a castle to a bigger castle that is still the same castle. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna wear out the shovel.
Wish I could put little things on those. Can you put name tags on... You can't put name tags on stones, can you?
Yeah.
You can?
Put them in an anvil. Name them.
I don't have an anvil.
Why not?
I have a little cemetery and I thought it'd be cool to put things on the little stones that I made.
Use signposts.
Oh, that's a fair point.
Ooh. So, I think it's is it the chancel or the nave that's the next bit? I forget. Yes, the main body of the church is going to be a big open area. It's going to have huge great stone pillars holding it up. And then I'm going to do the side bits off of there. But again, I'm building it in stages.
Mm-hmm.
So some bits that I'm building I might knock down later, which is why I'm not doing any glazing yet. Sleeping as the raid starts. I've done that so many times.
Same.
Means you've got a spawn point if nothing else. So I need a new shovel. Eventually I'll go around to getting a diamond one, but I'm lazy. So, part of me goes, do I make this as big as I intend to, or as big as I could? Because part of me goes, make it too wide, and then have the side aisles. But it's going to be kind of small.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks quite big, and then you go, okay, but if you have a 3 wide aisle, you'll have two seats either side of the main bit, and that's just going to look silly.
Yeah, most of the seats are at least, what, 4 long?
Yeah, so I'm going to make it longer and wider. And a bit later on I might put some bits out the side. Now I'm just trying to think, do I have the connection between the nave and the chancel narrower? Yes, probably a good plan. And no, let's not do that actually. Because that means I can make it like the one... I've got one in my head, which is the one my parents used to go to, which is going to make it a bit easier to... Bane of Arthropods! Bang, and the spider's gone. Words. that's going to make it a bit easier in my head to build it. But it's going to result in there being a enormous archway here.
How fancy is the church that you're
It's not so much fancy, it's just big. Because I'm trying to make it functionally big.
Didn't you grow up in like how you make it sound like a small village? So it was a small village with just a
It's a small village with a medieval church. Yeah, huge medieval church.
Okay.
I'll try and take you sometime. Right, so this is the ground floor. Now the intention is on the sides I'm gonna have tall, thin windows. They're gonna run up 2 floors height. Ow. As I keep falling over. The other thing I will do at some point is to obviously make this 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll make this, what's that noise?
What noise?
What's that noise?
I have no idea.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now part of me goes, if I make the walls thicker, that'll look quite nice on the sides. And I probably should make the walls thicker because the walls will be supporting the roof. So make the walls thicker. That'll probably work out quite nicely for what I'm intending. Now I need to go here, downwards. Out. I have to get some more food shortly because I keep being careless and falling off things. So that's kind of tall, isn't it, really?
That is very tall. I'd have to go dig a bunch of snow.
Yep. I'm thinking if I put the ties across the top. So 1, 2, 3. Let's just fill in the first bit of this. And I'll go around and do the next layer up afterwise. Because again, I'm trying to think of how you would build this if you were actually trying to build this. Now the other thing you can do, if you're going to make a 2-wall thickness, I'm trying to do mine for depth so I can get some arches above the windows that build into the buttressing, is you can have inside wood paneling or concrete or something to give you a nice inside colour and have an outside texture as well. Which, you know, can be quite pleasant. So now I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Out 1, 2, 3, 4. Except not 4. So realistically, this should go up another level. But I'm going to have an intermittent point, and I'm going to start the pillars on this floor level. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Counting for no reason. I like counting, getting faster. When I start to counting, it's very hard to stop. The other thing that's going to make it a bit, I guess, dull looking, for want of a better word, is if I do the little archway in the top, it's going to look so inconsequential, isn't it? Having the window set in. But these are going to be big, long windows. So it should be, again, this, you know, I guess the sort of medieval style of these, although the gothic style is post-medieval, but, you know, it's medieval inspired, just not actually medieval. Much as this isn't. This is, you know, this is being made right now. It's therefore not authentic. But, words. What am I doing? Let's go there. A Fletcher will be helpful there, down. I have a Fletcher in my village. He's probably one of my most paid villagers after the butcher. Right, I need more dirt. Oh, I already had dirt, never mind. I need to use more dirt. Now Bosselot's weekend is going. Might play some Terraria later if he's about. As,
it's that bachelor party this weekend, isn't it? Or that wedding.
I think it's the wedding, I'm not too sure. Yeah, it'll be good to go and get on with the wall of flesh. It's not exactly like special or anything, but I thought, you know, might as well try and do it as a team. Now, one thing I will be able to do, based on the fact that this is so high up the hill, is I better get some pretty substantial vaults under here. So I can build some crypts and such. If you want to bring emeralds, you could buy arrows. I'm pretty sure there should be a guy who sells arrows in the hub village.
You should see this one tree I managed to grow. I don't know how I did it, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, that's nice. I know one of the things I've seen that made me go, is you want to grow authentic looking pine trees? What you do, I saw this yesterday and went, I never thought of that, is you make a pillar of pine logs, you then put a piece of dirt and a sapling on top. When the tree is grown, you remove the dirt and replace it with another pine log.
So this looks like a Christmas tree. Like, it's a tree, but the leaves go all the way down to the bottom.
I've got one of those. I'll look it for you if you're watching the stream.
I am. Yeah, I have one like that. It's huge. It's cool. The tree is a very good tree. I will not cut it down.
Now, I could make this hollow, but then I'd start having stuff spawning underneath, and then... yeah. I might also at some point colour this back and put in a stone reinforcing wall. But that's a job for not quite yet. Yeah, I hope everyone is enjoying themselves. So if you've got any suggestions, questions, all that jazz, just put it in the chat and I will do my best to try and read. Now, I'm just going to knock a quick hole through this wall here. As all of this wall is going to come down at some point. Hello, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
I'll probably also lose the first floor of the tower to make it a bit bigger inside. Now, I should be buying shovels from my toolsmith so he gets better stuff in. So I think I'm going to go and do that once night has happened. And oh dear, my shoulder is not appreciating this right now.
Someone joined us?
Howdy, folks.
Hello,
It
Stein.
is a
Morning.
Stein.
Let's see who we have here.
Lots of people.
Mad Max, Saki Desperate, or Debs Red. Never seen Hot Warzone. Typical stunner.
I'm doing okay, Joe. I slept in a bit. It was pleasant.
I tried to
Oh,
sleep
there's
early,
Joe.
but I went to sleep early, so sleeping in didn't have the desired effect because it was only until 10 a.m.
Yeah, you and Stein just both disappeared. But then Stein returned.
Sleepy time junction.
In my defense, the integrity of my rib cage was reduced.
Yeah, it's
I have
understandable.
no defense.
Oh, by the way, Skog, I don't think I told you. Getting those 2 villagers out of the bottom of this big blue was so much more difficult than what you said it was going to be.
Well, you saw me trying to get 2 villagers into a minecart.
I had to build a staircase.
Really? They won't climb the ladder if it's got a bottom piece in?
Nope, I had to build a staircase.
Hmm.
What is this?
It's sensible time. I'm sure, Joe.
Oh, I found a bunch of gravel.
Hey, Skog, I got good news. I think I finally got Rising Storm working on my laptop. So if you want to tell some of you guys to go home, might be able to do that.
Yeah.
Although I'm also going to the zoo today.
Yeah.
Going to the zoo?
Mm-hmm.
What animal are you most excited to see?
Know what they even have. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
See if they have a hippo. If you could take picture of said hippo and send it, that'd be appreciated.
Okay.
Because I love hippos. And I haven't gone to the zoo in forever.
Sounds fun. Just gonna get some extra dirt.
It's concrete that you can dye, right?
Yep. And
How do you
clay.
How do you get concrete?
4 sand, 4 gravel, and a dye.
Okay.
This just in. Wolves beat hippos,
Wait, what?
according to Joe.
I mean, is there a context to them beating hippos?
I think she means that wolves are cooler than hippos.
I mean, it's subjective, so I can't really disprove you.
But hippos are just so fat and cute, and they crush people with their teeth.
Yeah, and they're vegetarians. They then spit the chunks out.
Yeah. They also wiggle their ears. And, okay, I won't say that part because that's kind of gross.
Yeah, I know the bit you're going to say. So, progress is coming along quite nicely. I am, however, going to need to go and get a vast amount of stone out of my basement shortly. Now, a question for the chat. Do I do an alternating pattern floor, or do I as a continuous wood?
Well, what church?
Gothic, kind of.
Hmm.
Well, I'm going to have a stone
style.
bit down the middle. But after I've got the stone bit in the middle, do I have like checkered wood floor, or just a continuous colour?
It depends on how ornate the rest of it will be. If it's just pretty plain, that would keep the floor just.
I was thinking of going dark oak and birchwood.
I don't want it to be too... I can't think of the word that I'm thinking of.
Well, I think most of it's going to be hidden by furniture, so
yeah,
it's not going to be too noticeable. Words.
I don't know. Joe would also, you know, she probably know a lot about old Gothic, you know. From the ones that I've seen, though, they just have pretty simple, dark floors. That aren't too.
I'll tell you, I'll go with a dark floor. I can always change it.
That or they have some nice polished, you know, like stone
Tiles.
or something to them, or tiles. Yeah.
Also depends what kind of ones, because the one I'm basing mine off of has a primarily stone floor in certain areas, but in other areas it's got wooden bits, basically. I'm meant to be going and buying shovels off my shovel merchant. I need to invest in the industry. I'm gonna get 3 emeralds. Convenient.
Okay, from what I'm seeing, these floors are actually supposed to be ornate. But, once again, it's only ornate if the rest of it...
But it also depends on what, you know, like, I guess, style, country, things like that.
I need to get some food as well. No one's home.
You use the... If you don't go with, like, a nice dark wood, the stone brick would look nice. But I think if you did maybe some, like, stripped dark oak or just regular dark oak, that would look good.
So, good news and bad news. You know how I lost a bunch of villagers in that raid?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have a shovel merchant anymore.
Oh no.
Good news is you didn't like that guy anyways.
Yeah, let's see, the one I'm basing it off of, it has vaults underneath. So it has a stone floor for, like, I guess, lightness, but it's got stone runners that make up most of the support structure. So, that's the middle. It's weird seeing Saki being called over.
Yeah.
All I said to my wife was that bit of halibut was good enough for Jehovah. No one is to throw anything at anyone else until I blow this whistle.
Yeah, see, Joe says depending on the church, some are stone, some are wood, different architecture styles of churches vary quite a lot.
Well, I'm going to go with these nice... I'm sorry, I know Scottish people and they've always pronounced it laird.
Wait, what?
So that is that bit done. Now... Now, technically, this bit shouldn't have any, so I'm knocking down this side.
Yeah. The more you know.
I'm more familiar with Jarls than,
It's weird. No.
So I'm thinking of going for dark oak for the, what's it called?
Floor?
Furniture.
Oh.
Yeah, Joe is correct on that one. Now, I could leave it as a ruin and not worry about glazing it. It would save me a lot of time. But might be a bit not in keeping with the whole building a Gothic style church. I fear, looking at the time, this might be a part 2 required video. As I'm 2 hours in, I've built the tower and a bit of one wall. That's not even the final wall. Now I'm aware there's some areas of still dirt here, but they're gonna get dug out when I refurbish the tower, because I don't want to take the tower wall down until it's got, you know, a building attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
In theory as well, again with the whole modular style of this I'm doing, I need to build the wall on this end, and then add the, I think it's the chancel afterwards? I'm pretty sure I'm currently standing in the nave. I'm not too good on the language, I'm afraid. Hopefully the finished samples of the train looking getting will be delivered soon, but they have not yet.
It's still no cast iron processor.
Yeah, still no processor. It's
Skog, people are demanding you sleep.
I know. I've got 4 blocks left to place. Done. Is the church facing the right direction? You make a very valid point, Joe.
Whoops.
So I might need to pull the tower down.
Why?
I have built it
right
backwards.
Oh no. How could you have done this, Skog?
Now, I could just, you know, turn it round and build this way. It's not too much work. It's just very inconvenient. So the door's going to be this side. So, right, I have a plan. It's so gunny you could put a tail on it and call it a weasel. Now, I could have a central tower, which actually would look quite nice, but it'd be a bit awkward. A short-term, vaguely extreme solution to some of the problem.
What happens when you have people like me in the chat?
I, at the very beginning, was making sure I was doing it all correctly, and I said, right, I'll start with the tower, though, rather than starting with the east window. And then I promptly built the tower where the east window was meant to go. Oh, dear. Someone left some gates open. So yeah, this road is going to be moved slightly. But otherwise the tower is going to stay put. These walls aren't too much to remove.
I've been extending my igloo that I'm facility.
Now, do I rebuild it so this tower is the extreme end, or do I put it with a small bit that covers the this end? And have the tower sort of centralised, a bit like Notre Dame's main spire tower.
That depends up to you.
Yeah, I'm just going to make the church bigger and put this fire out. Oi. That was a bit of lag. That's what I was kind of thinking. It gives me more chance to do more fancy stuff. I'm just going to have this as the this is the main door. I'm going to make it... I think I'm going to make it a bit shorter. Like here. Can you be the stream? Why not? It's a bit different. Right, yeah, I'm just gonna... Yeah. There we go. Problem solved. Possibly. Or made significantly worse. One of the two. We're at another shovel. Keeps happening. So I'm technically building from the wrong direction, which is not too good, but could be worse. So, need to get more blocks. Need to get rid of a bunch of snow. Just gonna try and stop the fire spreading too much as it starts to set me on fire. This also gives me the opportunity, if I want to build some more towers. Because towers are nice. Everyone should like towers. I'm also...
Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah, Saki, don't call her that. That's... no. You called Joe something Joe doesn't like to be called.
Now I could... I want to have a big pair of doors. That seems like a useful option. I'm going to keep the path where it is. Yeah, a lot of the base of this tower is going to have to get removed, which is an inconvenience of my own making. So trimming this wall back. I feel like I've missed something and I don't want to find out. Lag shuffle. This will be a bit easier at least.
How are the little boxes going, by the way, that you're printing?
They're nearly done. 2 hours 14 minutes in, so... Okay, so we're a bit more back on track. A bit. Now, I'm going to make a big wooden door that is going to be a fixed-in-place big wooden door. And it's going to be very boring looking for now. 10. There we go. I'm going to have a... Yep.
The polar bear is doing very good. He's just kind of wandering around the village. Saki.
So that is the... Need a bit more trim, but that should be the main door. Right, now I need to finish up the walls here. Then I'm going to make this end, then I'm going to start work on t'other end. Which is going to be a little awkward because it's the wrong way around, in all honesty. But such is life. Now, one thing I might do is reduce the height of these to avoid some of the problem.
I will in a second. Okay, never mind. I was trying to catch cats.
Actually, no, yeah, that is what I'm going to do. Ow. Ugh. Snooze. Snooze.
Oh, cool, Joe. Thank you. I'll have to go do yours on Monday.
Ash, you sleeping?
Yes.
That should be everybody. Ah, Debs.
Hopefully the shipping wasn't too expensive, Joe. If it was, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, small adjustments to this need to be made. Specifically there. That's free. Oi. When the server springs back, just when you finish something. So make this a bit narrower, and it should go better.
Oh, no, there's an Enderman in my village.
Now, I don't know how well this is going to work now. My kind of plan is a bit awkward now it's been switched around. On the one hand, I should build up to here and have the little side aisles, but on the other hand, okay then.
Yeah, Joe, that is crazy. It's cheaper. I guess, is Australia closer?
Not really. US is only across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
It's, Australia is all the way down the Atlantic and most of the way into the Pacific.
I guess that's true.
I think even by flying, it's definitely much nearer. Every time I look at this, I'm thinking I should make it a bit smaller. I should make it a bit smaller.
Somebody leave or join?
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Concern. Ow.
I'm making a cemetery.
Concern. So, intention with this is going to have little side roofs, have a main bit there. I'm being really slow. Whoops. So, one more block up there, and that should be fine. Need to put an archway on the inside of the door as well.
Yes, Joe, I'm being a good angsty teen. Well, I've got, you know,
Collection of severed heads.
No, that's Deb's. I was just saying I have a nice church with a certain kind of, you know, cross on it. It's a nice black church. It's very pretty, so it deserves a cemetery.
Right, so this is this line, so I need to go 1, 2, 3. I might adjust this a bit afterwards, as I fear it's going to look aggressively boring if I do it all like this. Okay, I'm already quite high up. This is a problem. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm too high up. Let me just carefully fall down.
You don't have a bucket of water.
Alright, now that would look not terrible if it was the correct end, but it's not.
Yes, Joe. It is that. Exactly.
This doesn't... The tower's not tall enough for that wall. I think for now, I'm just going to leave this as it is and work on the other end. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. It still looks wrong. Ow. My wrist is not enjoying this. I think I might need to make the tower bigger or the church smaller. because although the tower is big, it is not substantially big enough. I don't know if that's going to work now. The main bit is going to be too narrow. Like, I'll either have to make the centre aisle narrower, but then it looks weird. Like, it does need to be this wide, realistically, but like minimum. But I don't know if that's going to look weird. Hello, hello Dan. Nearly said hello, Skog. Well done, me.
Well, he said your name. I don't know if he's asking a question or if he's just saying hello.
I'm sure we will find out.
Why is that stone archway not symmetrical?
What do you mean?
One of them
one of them
has bricks.
That shouldn't be there. Fair. Probably all of this won't be here soon, but I'm just trying to decide how best to deal with it, because I basically need that wall at the other end. Yeah, I think I'm going to get a different vantage point of the whole situation. And drop off some wood in the process as I go around and pick up more wood. Okay then.
Oh wow. He's pretty fast.
So I've still got cobblestone. I need to, in my house, I need to get the cobblestone for my house. It just doesn't look right. I think if I'd done it the 6 long I was going to, it would work better. But currently it's 5 long? Oh yeah, 5 long from there. So, you can't really see where the bell is. That's also not helping. I think I'm going to have to put up with it as it is. Make it into a big cross-shaped church for Central Tower. And make the main bit bigger. And then hollow out most of the inside of the tower. Which is going to be fun. Because all that work on the tower has now been for very little purpose.
Oh, would you stop kicking me?
It's still a big imposing building, I just might need to come back at some point and make the tower bigger. But again, that's a thing that happened. Any particular reason, Joe?
Yeah, why would you apologize, Joe? You didn't do anything.
That we know of.
Joe is a good girl. Joe never does anything wrong.
I should have my dogs with me, shouldn't I? They'd get rid of these skeletons. So I think I've got a solution. So I'm going to try and sort it out. I'm just going to grab these items quickly, then I'm going to jump onto my bed.
Joe, are you sleepy? Or is it just late there? Or... Or are you just typing super?
No, it's fine. It's just,
What?
Her spelling. Jeez.
No, I was talking about in the game.
I'm probably gonna pass on that for now, Dan.
Pointing. Oh, saying that Skog's tower was in the wrong way.
No, the tower was fine. The rest of it.
Mount typing is awful.
Quit calling her out for typing, okay?
Words.
Sorry.
Oh god, I can't sleep. I can't currently describe the situation that's going on outside my house, but it's not a pleasant one.
Is it a lot of zombies?
It's like 9 creepers. Why are there so many creepers over here?
I don't know, put some torches down.
I have torches everywhere.
Yeah, I'm going to resolve it. I'm just going to make a much bigger church than anticipated originally, and then I'm going to make the tower more substantial.
Is everyone in bed?
Oh, that was rude.
What?
I blew out all my storage boxes. Creepers. Can't take them anywhere.
Joe said, can she play the blind card?
I don't know. Can she find it?
Oof. Since my house is made out of obsidian, is it harder for creepers to destroy?
Yep.
Okay.
Obsidian is very durable.
Oh god. Are we not sleeping?
My bed got blown up, so... As did some of my ceiling, and some... That was a substantial explosion. Grumble. Right.
Apparently Saki's having fun with the creepers.
I'm gonna find another bed. Note to self, get some doors. Hello,
Yeah.
Isaac Arthur. Should get a cat and keep it in there. Is where the other cat went? It's up there somewhere, but I don't know.
I have so many cats that don't do anything that I can't catch. Cats are dumb. My cat's not around here when we say that.
Oh, that sounds fun. Not done that for a while. I just don't have to wake up early in the mornings, so I don't. It's a good system. Right, I've got 15 minutes left, so if anyone can offer me any suggestions, or requests, questions, all that kind of stuff, I will be stopping soon. I'm going to have a bit of a break, and I'm going to jump onto my main channel a bit later and play something, not quite sure yet.
But it'll be fun.
Hopefully. Oof. That was a
Oof.
substantial chunk of the wall gone. Yeah, so we're going to work on this end, and we'll do the other end next time. So, I'm going to need wood, different wood, scaffolding. So for a start, make some of those. Down my saw bench. Make another stack of those. Now, the next bit is going to be the exciting bit where I try not to fall off the roof. Now it's on top of...
Okay. I don't know if something was said, sorry, I wasn't looking.
I don't see anything. Why is that? I stole all my arrows. One, two, three. Right. Oops. Whew. These pillars need to...
Is this real? If so, jump. Hi, Cosmic 22. This is real. This is happening.
Is this real life?
This is not a fantasy.
Call it a landslide. No escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and laugh. Three. One. See you later, Crispo.
Bye, Crispo.
Peter.
Well, I'm sort of higher up than anticipated, but never mind. I'm going to put a big window in here eventually. So yeah, the tower's going to need to be made bigger at some point.
Didn't you just say it needed to be smaller?
No, the tower is too small. What is built around it is too big. Now, I probably could get away with doing less substantial bits that I'm about to do, but I forgot. Why is there a creeper downstairs? Honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So this is going to be the practice bit. I'm going to build this again on the other side. Alright, this is the, again, the magic of games that don't have a gravity function. As you would expect, at least. I hear my cat. Where is it? Where is it? Where is Takita? Standing underneath the bell.
Oh god. Why was the text so weird?
You can do that.
What does he mean by that?
Done. Right, now to collect all the blocks before they despawn. So that is quite substantial and high up. But I think I can only go up 2 floors worth of taking out the tower before it starts to look weird. So I'm going to try and get as much of this done in the next few minutes as I can, but I think it's not going to have a roof on it. That's almost for certain. There's enough space for 4 seats aside. That was very bright.
It was. Fine, most of it. Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
So we got big chunky roof beams. Now I could try and do it with some... I'm going to do it at the other end actually. I'm going to do it as the... with some different buttressing. Give it a bit of flavour. So I'm going to do different buttressing on different parts as well, as words that will be a bit more visually engaging.
Ooh, that does sound really good.
That does sound really good, yes. Ow. Ooh. Yep. Now, how to get down from here safely. There we go. So that is... Ow. I am playing on Java 1.14.4. So, one to do. There we go. So, we have a big window in there, as I said. It should be quite pleasant.
Oh no, I'm so sorry, villager. Aww.
Did you set them on fire?
No. Oh, he's charging me more now.
Yep. They do this.
I was trying to get rid of snowballs. And I didn't realize that he was, like, on the other side of the door. Is he gonna charge me for more? Like,
Not forever, but
does he
for a
get
while.
over it?
Yeah. So, we have most of the stone. I'm going to say I'm quickly going to try and get the top beam on here. And this beam goes all the way to the end.
He hasn't gone to the end of this world, but he's gone to the end in other worlds.
Yep, I've not got to the end yet. I mean, I've barely even got diamond gear on this one yet. I've just been, you know, doing stuff. But I have a video on this channel of me defeating the Ender Dragon. It was quite easy, to be honest. Getting to it, less so, but actually defeating it, quite easy. So, I need to make a lot of roof. I mean, I don't really need bedrock. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And I think just for convenience, if nothing else, there we go. So I think I want to get a nice place to stand to get a screenshot. So I'm going to, I know it's night time, which isn't very helpful for everything else, but I'm thinking that, do I go to the top of my watchtower or do I go to the top of this hill? I'll go both, and we'll see which one looks best.
For the background. Who is he calling? Is he calling me a background character?
I don't know. That looks really short, and I'm kind of too far away, but... Oh, that's a lot of them.
I did see it, Saki. It's very pretty.
Ow, ow.
That's the thing, right?
Yep. Like polar bears move nearer.
They're nice. Just as long as they don't have tucks.
Yeah.
Whoa. Why did he put me in the prison?
Alright, so I think, chat,
Ooh.
I'm going to take this screenshot and I'm going to leave you there for the day. Hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I will see you tomorrow. Or later on my main channel. Bye!